Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs, and today I'm going to be retrieving my eco bundle that we've done with K3N cloth tails. Please pardon the noise. There's a man on our roof repointing our chimney, and so it's a little bit noisy, but I'm going to go down here past the gazebo and way down in the back. Please excuse the gazebo. It's in need of a restaining, which will be done this year. Back here in my little pine forest that I call it. And here is where I buried my eco bundle. So I'm just going to change hands. Sorry for any jiggling. And it should be under this stone, and I marked it with a pine cone. Now we live in a very sandy area. I guess it's the furthest inland sandy area from the ocean in the northeast. I think there it is. There's my little bundle. Oh, it looks a little gross. Yeah, there it is. It looks a little gross. So, what's that? Oh, look at that, a little piece of glass in there. So I'll just cover that back over with all the pine needles and put my little stone back there and pine cone. And we will head up to wash this thing. I don't think I can wash it outside because I gave the hose to the man who's working on the chimney. So I may be able to rinse it a tiny bit under the faucet. We'll see. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. So I just rinsed it under the faucet. It's still intact. I don't expect it to be as deteriorated as Catherine's, because we do have, this is a very sandy area, but I'll take it inside and unwrap it, and we'll wash it nice and clean, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, be right back. Okay, well, I rinsed this bundle briefly outdoors. Under the faucet. If I had had my hose, I would have sprayed it, which I think would have cleaned it a bit better. So I've just brought it in, and you can see the juniper branches that I put on here are still intact. And I think I'm just going to cut this string. I don't know where I've tied it, but I'll just cut it. I mean, I don't know that I would use this string or not. We'll just take that off. And I had some little strips of fabric that I also tied this bundle with. Here's one of the strips here. Smells like dirt. In case anyone's wondering, it doesn't smell like juniper branches or pine-ish. It smells like dirt. So here's the string, and here are the little strips of fabric. And amazingly, the juniper branches didn't really rot. I think that's dirt there. There were some branches in the interior of it. I think it's mostly just dirty, more than anything. There's no little creatures, thank goodness, in here. Yes, I think this is mostly dirt on here. Little remnants of dirt that I didn't get off, and a little slime. Oh gosh, what's that? Oh, the fabric is a little rotted, which I guess we could expect. Oh gosh, that was the fabric that was rotted. So let's rinse this under some water. and just see what happens there. We'll get some of this extra stuff off of here. See, I don't think you can actually see. Let me just move the camera, sorry. Try to move that a little bit more for you. We'll try to get some of the rest of that stuff off of here. Let's see, I think I'll just make the water a little bit less. Here are the leaves that were on the inside, which were, I think, my honeysuckle. Please pardon my little dog. She hears the man on the roof. And no, it's not Santa. Piper, it's not Santa. And okay, my stitching is still there. You can see that. So here is what it looks like, and it does feel fragile, so I guess that makes sense that, you know, being in the ground, even though we're not in a wet area, we're in a very sandy area, it makes sense that between snow and rain. So here is my stitching, and this stitching on this side, you can't really read it. And on this side, it says, if it comes back, it's yours. And on this side, it says, if not, it was never meant to be. So I guess that one being pale, this is the important one because it did come back to me. So I'm just going to put it in this soapy water and see if I can clean this up a bit. Oh, poor little thing, it's so dirty. It's so dirty. But it's fairly well intact. How interesting. I've never done anything like this. This is so interesting. I think what I will do is just let it, oh, is that anything alive? No. Thank goodness. I don't want to touch any worms. I think I'll just let it soak for a little bit, and then I'll come back and rinse it in clear water and show it, and we can go from there. Oh gosh, yes, it's much more fragile than I expected it to be. So we'll just let it soak in there and get nice and clean. I'll be back. Well, I'm back, and as you can see, this is what's left of the little eco bundle. The juniper and the hemlock branches fared pretty well for those 3 months. They pretty much stayed intact, but the little honeysuckle leaves, which are an evergreen, didn't do so well. They're much more fragile. So that is what's left of what was put in. I didn't bring the pine cone in, and I apologize for any glare on my counter. Oh gosh, I'll try to get rid of those glare spots. So this is what's left, and I rinsed this in some baking soda to neutralize the acid from the juniper and hemlock, and possibly the honeysuckle. I'm not sure. I'm guessing if it's evergreen, it's acidic. But I have the string, which I may use on my page, and the little ties, the little strips of fabric that I use. Those are very, very fragile. So when they're dry, I may couch a few pieces of those down. And this is the page. And I'm actually quite surprised at the deterioration, because we are in a dry, sandy area. We are one of the furthest inland sand dune areas, as it's called, 150 miles from the coast. So I know our property is very sandy, full of sand. I mean, we've amended it over the years, but it's very sandy. Not too wet thank goodness no little creatures on here. I don't mind touching them with gloves on, but I don't want to touch them with my bare hands. Worms or any kind of bug. Sorry bugs. So this is what it looks like, and I have to say that this side didn't do as well. This side has more holes in it, where this side really not too much, just this little hole here, but other than that it's pretty good. So I'm thinking, was it the honeysuckle leaves that maybe were more in contact with this side, and because they deteriorated more, they deteriorated the fabric around them? I don't know. Or was this side maybe down closer to the earth, down in the more damp part of the earth? I know it snowed the day after I buried this bundle, and of course we've had lots of rain this year, this spring. So maybe it was closer to the ground where it was wetter. I have no idea. Oh, then again, maybe that was on the top. Because we have sand and it does leach through, I don't know. But on our other page that's in the book, it says, if you love something, set it free. And then on this side, I wrote, if it comes back, it's yours. And then on the other side of the page, I decided to finish that quote. I don't know if it's from Jonathan Livingston Seagull or not. I'm not sure, but I just wrote, if not, it was never meant to be. And I sewed or stitched that in ivory. I don't know if you can see it. I can barely see it. But isn't that ironic? Because the side that you can see says, if it comes back, it's yours. And it did come back. I was able to retrieve it. No little small animals that like to try to live under our gazebo. No little animal got it, and no little red poodle got it. So it's back, and so I'll let this dry, and I will put this on another piece of fabric once it's all dry. I may press it just to kill any microbes or anything that might be in there, and then I will stitch it on another piece of fabric and come back and show you when that's done. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Wishing you many blessings. Bye for now.